I give it to you, Bob, and you're like, yeah.
I just do it
So
anyway.
why bother asking me?
I mean, if you want it done right, don't you? You don't want something crap.
Yeah.
I don't like a lot of things.
Don't put that in the video.
This is why I'm getting nervous, Jack. I'm like, we're destroying the pantry, and what happens if it doesn't work out? Good morning. How are you going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I need a little bit of advice and feedback. I am trying to do a whole thing, a new thing with the pantry.
Yeah.
So I want it to be sort of like a butler's pantry in a way that it like looks good and it sort of looks like it has a bench space attached to it. And I want to put some drawers in there just to organize the whole pantry a little bit better. I've done like a little digital mock-up of what I'd like it to look like. I don't know if you can see that very well. So drawers, 6 drawers, bench space, 2 short shelves and 1 deeper shelf. Right? Okay, so now I'm going to show you what I currently have. All right? This is what I have currently.
Yeah.
And what I'm imagining, I just don't know if it'll actually work, which is why I need your advice. And then, here's the thing which is like maybe tricky, but I wanted to ask you about, because the drawers that I want to have underneath that bench space, I kind of already have. Okay, let's do this again. So it is the next day and my brother is due to get here any minute. So I thought, I probably should have done this yesterday, but it's only going to take me a few minutes. I'm going to grab everything from inside this pantry and just get it on out. And hopefully, yeah, it shouldn't take me too long. We've got some stuff over here, which I just used for cooking, which I'm actually going to find a place in our other pantry for. And then we've got a few things over here, which I'll probably find a place in our other pantry for, which is over here. And that will be the one that we do next. So it's relatively neat at the moment, but I still feel like there's a better way that we could do this. So keep your eyes peeled for this one. Today we're doing this one. Anyway, let's empty this thing out. So, running over what I want to do, I'm thinking maybe this shelf stays.
Yep.
I don't know. But take this off, remove shelf 1, and then push the drawers in. If we're not changing the drawer fronts or cutting down the drawers in any way, then the doors need to come off. I'm fine with the doors coming off.
Yep.
I don't know if that's a bad move or not, because then obviously you can't cover it, but it's going to look good anyway. And then so the drawers will go in there. It'll have to be on a platform, 150 millimeter platform, to get it up to here, up to bench height, because I think, it's only about 750 tall. I've got leftover veneer that I use for James's wardrobe bench top. So a piece to go on there and then a piece to come down the front here and conceal that so it looks like a wash timber front.
Yep.
But then I reckon we pull that out, make it at least half size, because there's just no need to have all that depth of the shelf. It's just a waste and it's getting dusty.
So
and
just cut the back side of it and then it just gets pushed in.
Yeah, basically. And then the supports under here will just get cut back as well. And then I'm wondering if we even do that with that shelf as well. Do you reckon that's all right? So we just start by taking these off.
That's exactly right.
And pull the shelves out.
Yep.
Cool. What tools do we need?
Okay, well, we'll just go grab them, man.
Thank you. Now I'm going to hold this door so it doesn't go flying. So, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
Not much info.
Good stuff. Just watch because there's a bulkhead here.
Hey?
I'm nervous.
What?
Because what happens if they make me look like
Odds are.
I'm a bit dopey?
Odds are.
They probably will.
They probably will, but I think, judging by what's happened so far, I haven't really embarrassed anyone.
You reckon? I think people do a pretty good job at embarrassing themselves, and I think maybe I'm going to do a pretty good job at embarrassing myself. Well, I don't think I said anything bad. Like, I didn't say anything I didn't mean. Do you want me to take these out?
you.
Look at that. I'm a professional.
Right.
Jack, you don't even need you here. Just give me my saw.
Just leave you my drill.
Yeah.
You will return later.
I was paid for this drill. Oh, it's stuck to the floor.
Hey.
Imagine if there was an actual hole in the tile there. I don't think we're going to be able to get that bottom shelf out without taking this shelf that we're keeping out. Because to get it on the right angle, to actually get it out of that alcove, do you know what I mean? I told you, I'm always right. And I said, you're not going to be able to get it out. We're going to have to take that second shelf off.
No. Wrong.
Oh, she's right. We do need to take the shelf off. It's annoying.
Don't put that in the video.
I will be, because...
No, you... I was really hoping we... Are you able to hold this up?
Yeah. From here?
Yep.
This is where I'm getting nervous, Jack. I'm like, we're destroying the pantry, and what happens if it doesn't work out, or it doesn't look good? So then... That's the shelf that's going.
This one?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, like, yeah, I'll keep it for the moment, but I don't think we're going to get another shelf in on the top.
Hold this.
What's that mean?
The drilly thing?
Oh, I thought you said corn dust.
No.
Yeah, corn dust, bro. I hope Dad doesn't watch this.
Why?
Tell me not to do it.
Why did he tell you not to do it? I don't understand like why he's just like, no, don't touch it. It's just like, man, your house.
Well, I'm starting to see why he didn't want me to touch it. Dad doesn't go on YouTube, so I could very well tell him I did it myself. He just won't believe that I did the cuts myself. Literally all this, I feel like I could do myself.
You hold this?
Yeah. What did you bring to cut it? What?
Nothing.
What do you mean? How are you going to cut it?
Just kidding.
I think I need a power saw.
No.
Yes.
No.
I feel like you're saying that because you know that I'll play with it
Yes,
and use it for the wrong purposes.
No. I can pretty much cut that down now. I may as well take that off.
Yeah, because then that'll have to be cut.
Now, we need
The
to
other
work,
ones.
we need to establish exactly.
The depth.
That's right.
I reckon we go a little bit more than what the containers are. So here's the containers here. What are they?
So they're 260, and you probably want...
I reckon 300.
Oh, sorry, 160.
Oh. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that's 260.
We want 200.
Yeah. Because, like, if someone else moves into the house after me, they want to be able to put containers in.
225, that sounds good. Just go half.
Yeah.
Half and half.
I agree. Okay, so here's the drawers that I want to put in. That's it with the drawers, and then that's it without.
Yeah.
I want to take these front bits off because I actually want gaps, visible gaps in between the drawers.
Why?
Because I said so.
Because I said so. I'll take them off.
I can take them off. I can do that while you're cutting.
Take them off.
That's no problem. I just wanted to check with you that it wasn't going to be a huge problem. Well,
if I tell you it's going to be a problem, you're like, no.
I just do it
So
anyway.
why bother asking me?
Because I gauge based off your reaction, whether it's a severe reaction or if it's just like a rolling the eyes reaction. If it's a rolling the eyes reaction,
No,
that
it's
means we can do
fine,
it.
but
It's
if
just annoying. You know, it's not going to fall apart because they're going to be like butted right up against each other in the pantry. And on top of which,
Why can't we just move that bottom shelf down? Like, why do we have to pack these
I
up?
want it bench height.
It is bench height.
That's not bench height. That's lower than bench height. That's 800. And bench height's 900.
Okay.
We can put the screws through the top of the shelf into these units so they don't move.
Yeah.
So then that's going to make it even more like structural. It's going to preserve the structural integrity. Alright, cool. So what you're saying is it will work. Okay, so I buggered up. I was waiting for the moment that I bug it up, and I bug it up. I'll explain how this happened. Originally, when I had this idea like a year ago, I imagined that I was going to use the runners and the actual drawers, but I was going to create a new frame. And then somewhere along the line, I've been like, oh, I can just use this frame, and it's not going to work because it's a bit too deep. It's deeper than the shelf. And we can't, because we were going to put this timber veneer over the top of this shelf and the drawers as well to create this bench top with drawers underneath, we would either have to get another piece of this veneer stuff to infill in the back or get something else. So we're sending James off to Bunnings to go and get a bench top.
Yeah, so just buying a pre-laminated bench top. It's really simple. It just comes from Bunnings. They just come at a generic length, and pretty much you just cut them to size. And
so it's going to be way easier.
It's a lot stronger, it's a lot easier.
And it's going to look better, and it's just
sometimes it's easier just to go buy something that's the correct size rather than try to make something work. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah. And I think in my mind, I just had it in my head that I was like, yeah, we're going to do repurposing, but it's just not going to work. I mean, you want it done right, don't you? You don't want something crap.
Yeah. Not everyone has a carpenter in a house either. So sometimes it's easier to just buy something that's pre-made rather than, having to pay someone to do it. So
Jack has issues with my DIYs because it's not always do it yourself.
It's not always as easy.
Sometimes I use my builder friends and family to give me a little hand with some things, and that's not always feasible for everybody. But at the same time, like a lot of the time, if you need something cut, you can get it done at Bunnings, which is a good thing. I think Bunnings need to sponsor me. Perfect. Oh, sugar! I just stood on a nail. You don't have to have a trade to be able to use that tool.
That is actually it.
This is why I feel like a bottom-up approach would have been better. It's just not going to work. I said, I know it looks like you're doing it all yourself, but it's mostly me.
No, it is, yes.
Two steps, we break the scene. One step deep as you follow me. Hot, hot, we skip the beat. Count 1, 2, 3.